It is you solving. Hello there, welcome to Young and in Business, a show where we empower young entrepreneurs to turn their dreams into a reality. My name is Rhoda Nyakundi and I'm so excited to have you join me today on this new episode. On this episode, we will be talking about challenges that every entrepreneur faces when starting a business. I'll also be sharing how to overcome these hurdles. Let's get started, shall we? An entrepreneur faces a number of challenges. I could not exhaust them all just on this video, so I picked 5 most common challenges that are faced with every entrepreneur, be it a big business, be it a small business, be it a first time, be it a guru. These 5 challenges are a sure bet that an entrepreneur, you as an entrepreneur, have either faced or will be facing. The first challenge is finding the right business idea. Having an open field of so many ideas, so many passions, so many desires, we as young entrepreneurs face it as a challenge to know what exactly do I settle with, or what exactly do I choose to start with. And finding the best or the right business idea that aligns to who you are and aligns to your personality may deem to be a challenge to you. And in finding the best business idea, it all resonates around you knowing your passion, you understanding yourself, you knowing your environment, you knowing the audience that you want. All these things I've also shared deeply in the first episode, that was finding the right business idea. If you've not watched that episode, I would really recommend that you go check it out, because I have dwelled deeper onto these finding the business idea. Here it is just like shallow, because I know I've already given that information. So kindly, if you've not watched that video, go back, check on it, and it will really give you the information that you are looking for into finding the best business idea. The next point is funding the business. This is something I really wish someone would have told me earlier, because when you're starting to fund the business, it is going to be a hectic job if you don't know the basics when it comes to starting a business and looking at it in a financial level. For me, I was choosing a business. I always made sure that the business that I'm going to start is not going to require a lot of capital to start. It is just going to require a minimum amount that is affordable and gainable for me, so that I may not end up stressing myself. So it also depends with the type of business you have. If your business requires a lot of capital to start, well, you can consider things like loans or investors, or even having a side hustle. Because one thing that I'm going to tell you for a fact is that when you're starting a business, the first few months or the first few years of you starting a business, the business is going to require more money than give you more money. So the money that you're making, the profits that you're making, are not for you to start planning for your mini vacation, or buy the latest Gucci, or get the best of the best items for yourself. This is an amount that you're supposed to be investing back into the business, because that is a mistake I did when I started business. I thought like, oh, this money, the profit that I was getting is for me, to spoil myself, is for me to tell my body, oh, congratulations for attaining this. And it really ended up closing up the business that I had set earlier on. So make sure you understand that funding the business, you can also opt to have side hustles, or like just have a source of income that is going to be funding this business until it is mature enough to give you money and still survive on its own. So don't take all the money, don't do that. This is going to be a challenge, but find a side hustle. You can look for investors, you can opt into loans, and also even find partners who are able to like be financial partners on your end, where you are the brains and someone else is the pocket. Also remember that it always starts small. Find the easiest route to start, because remember, you're giving it a test when you're starting a business. It is not something that you're sure kabisa. It's something that you're doing like a test and trial and error. So start small, don't pressurize yourself too much. The third challenge is building a customer base. Well, when starting a business, you're going to face a challenge that is going to be discouraging you, and that is not having consistent clients or customers. It is going to take a lot of time or a lot of energy for you to get your first client or your first customer who is not your family or who is not in your friend circle, right? So it is good for you to start with the ones that are around you, and like make sure everyone that is around you knows what you are doing, what you're selling, knows what your products are. Don't be a shy person. I know that people who start businesses and they're like, I don't want to tell my family. It's okay, just share with the people that you're comfortable with. But at the end of the day, when it comes to business, privacy is not an ingredient to success. You have to put yourself out there. You have to put your ego aside. You have to put your shyness aside. You have to put your introversy aside, unless it's a business that doesn't require you socializing with people. But as long as you're depending on socializing with people, privacy is not something that you should be doing in business. You can do privacy in your own private life, in your own private family, in your own private personal issues. But when it comes to business, you have to shout as loud as you can. Whoever you meet, even though they are selling the same stuff, try your best and tell them, I'm also doing this. Because if I tell you, for an example, for me, I'm selling wigs, I'm selling headband wigs, and I have also approached even headband wig sellers who are selling it in town, who are selling it in shops, in different places. And I'm like, I can give you as a wholesale price. So don't be scared. Shout as much as you can, because what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is just them telling you no and not kill you or anything. And even though they talk about you or make fun about you, it's not gonna stick at the end of the day. So build a customer base by talking to your friends, talking to your colleagues, talking to your churchmates, talking to your associates, talking to your family, whoever is close enough to you. Make sure they know what you're doing, because those are the ones that are going to be your first clients when you're starting your business. The fourth common challenge is managing time and resources. One thing I'm going to tell you again, starting a business is going to require you to wear a lot of hats. You're going to be the social media manager, you're going to be the producer, you're going to be the distributor, you're going to be the marketer, you're going to be the salesperson. And all these hats might end up being time consuming, energy consuming, and very, very tiring. So make sure you understand the priorities in your business. If you're supposed to be doing task A, can task A be done together with task B? Can task C be done together with task D? Understand the dynamics of your business and put the ones that you can do together, so that it makes work easier for you. For example, for me, when I'm sewing a wig, I make sewing a wig and making the content at the same time, because there are things that they can be done together. It makes work easier for me because I don't have to finish and then I pretend like I'm doing something so that I may record. It's just a clip that I want, so I put my phone there, I record myself, and as I'm sewing, it's also recording. So at the end of the day, when I am editing, I have killed two birds with one stone. So be sure that you're going to wear a lot of hats. Be ready for that, and always understand that you need to prioritize. You can also do the delegation in case you are not good in a certain task. Maybe you have friends who are very good at financial problems or challenges or financial department, and you're not good in that. You can talk to your friends, you can have a contract, agree with them, whatever you agree with to make the work be done, and it will help you delegate to the people that know best than what you know, if you're able to. But if you're not able to, try and research. I always say this, like in the generation we are living in, everything is accessible for you. You can just go Google, go to YouTube, go anywhere, and you will find that information. Just know to learn the basics, and they will help you. By the time your business is maturing, these are things that you can delegate. And always make sure, even before you delegate, you have a clue of whatever you are delegating, because some people are very, very selfish. You might end up delegating to someone, and when they figure out that you don't know anything about this sector, they will frustrate you. Also, you can think of like outsourcing rather than doing everything by yourself. This is how business is. You will have to wear all the hats before you finally get someone who is going to take or help you in whatever you're doing. Last but not least is dealing with uncertainty. When it comes to business, you can never be too sure. You can never have 100% plan following it by point after point after point. Point A might work, B will not work. C will find some hurdles, but it might end up working if you adjust it a little bit. So it's normal. Uncertainty are there when it comes to prices, when it comes to risks. Fire might happen on your business. People might decide to rob you. Such things happen. So how do you deal with these uncertainties? It is good for you to at least be aware, or like assume some of the uncertainties that you expect. If this happens, what will I do? If A happens, what can I find the solution in? Like, have a list of things that might go wrong. You will never cover all of them, but it is good to just have a little bit of what you expect or what you think might happen. So it prepares your mind just in case something like that happens, or something closer or similar to that happens. You're not like 0% loading. You are at maybe 10-20% of how you're going to solve that problem. So always make sure you're on the know. You will never be 100% on the know, I know that, but try your best and have some ideas of what challenges to expect and how to solve them, because it will tune your mind into understanding like this business is not going to be an upward spiral. You're going to have some downside, and know how to solve such problems. As I said, challenges are so many that are facing businesses. I could not cover all of them on this episode, because this episode would have ended up being very, very long. I'm still at a position where I'm trying to have analytics of how long should my videos be. Anyway, knowing all these 5, this might really help you to know how you may solve them, and knowing these early enough and planning for them places you at a better position to succeed in your business. Because if you build a house and you don't build it knowing that sometimes it rains, when the rain comes, it might sweep it away, because you did not recognize that rain might happen or might come, and you did not build your house to stand when the rain comes. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I have really enjoyed your company on this episode. Be free to share in the comment section what are the challenges that you have faced, are facing, and how you plan to solve them, or how you solved the ones that you've already faced. It may be helping someone, and it will definitely be helping me as well in my journey of entrepreneurship. If you found this information helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I'll be seeing you on our next episode. Until then, keep dreaming big and working smart. Bye.